Katie, did you hear about the new changes in the Facebook privacy policy? No, what is going on? Mark Zuckerberg just declared that the age of privacy is over. Apparently, Facebook is going to change their default privacy settings again to make them even more public. They are rolling out new rules that push members to share more information about themselves by changing default privacy settings to more public ones. Facebook also said it would start sharing info with some partners like Yelp, Pandora, and Microsoft. Really? Another change to their privacy policy. Facebook has come a long way since its beginning days. I know. Do you remember when Facebook first launched and it was so private and exclusive? Those days are definitely over. Look at this chart that I found online demonstrating the change in availability of personal data on Facebook's default settings. Wow, that is remarkable. I did not realize just how privacy has changed. It looks as though almost all of our information is public by default. Do you remember how Facebook introduced the newsfeed feature on September 6, 2006? Well, that feature allowed a much larger amount of information to be shared, and it was beyond our control. This was the start of the push for more people to share information publicly, whether they knew it or not. Yes, I remember that. I do not really see the big deal though. Can people make their profiles private so only their friends can see? They can. This deals with one of the issues of privacy in which you can choose to have information available to only a close circle of friends. The second issue concerns our online habits and actions that Facebook keeps track of. Let me explain. To begin, through advertising and convincing users to spend more time on Facebook, the amount of information shared soared on the site. This actually drives profits for Facebook. I bet you did not know that. Facebook is free though. How do they generate profits? Facebook monetizes our data by selling it to advertisers that want to send targeted messages. In other words, we are doing all of the labor by posting information about ourselves and these companies are benefiting from it. Doesn't that make you angry? It has become a huge concern that people are being lured into Facebook with the promise of a fun, free service, and they do not realize that they are paying for it by giving up loads of personal information to sell to advertisers. To be honest, I was not really aware of this. I cannot believe that Facebook profits off of our personal information. What if my profile is set to private? They cannot see my information, right? That is what Facebook wants you to think. They have downplayed the issue of privacy and have instead continued to encourage us to post photos, comments, and share lots of details about our interests. The truth is, they can still access our information. You know how you play Farmville all the time? Yes, I love Farmville. Well, did you know that when you log on to different apps such as Farmville, information is shared with dozens of advertising and internet tracking firms as well? I had no idea. I feel as though I am being used. I understand why people are so upset about their change in policy. There are two sides to this debate. On one hand, some people believe that information being more public is not a bad thing. Because Facebook is free, they are willing to subject themselves to some loss of privacy in order to enjoy the benefits of a free social networking experience. And the other side? The other side of this debate is that Facebook should not have the right to use our information to sell and profit from. Maybe offering a social networking site at a fee and assuring users that their information is safe would solve the problem. This seems like a very complex issue. What have the reactions been to Mark Zuckerberg declaring the end of the privacy age? People are absolutely furious. Tech pundits howled. Some vowed to quit Facebook. Government officials in Europe, Canada, and the United States threatened to take action. Katie, just as we expected, Facebook has come out saying that they will change the privacy settings that so many people are upset about. I heard about that. Facebook's new settings will give users one simple tool to control how their information is shared, such as with friends only, friends of friends, or with everyone. This is good news. However, I do not think this is the end of the debate over Facebook privacy. Definitely not. The discourse over Facebook privacy issues raises many questions about what we do online, especially since third parties can still gain access to our information. I agree. I think this is something that will continue to evolve over time. We live in an age of rapid information sharing, and we have had to sacrifice privacy to gain information easily. It seems as though it is a give and take. We should definitely be more mindful of what we post over social networks and what our privacy settings are, especially since, as we have learned, we never know who is viewing our information, sharing it, and even profiting off of it.